Mic check. All right, thanks for your patience, everybody. Time now to get amongst it for the PlayStation Pacific Open Series Tier 1, and it's round 9 from Japan, and the forecast for today's race will be spins, spins, and lots of spins. Deadly little curves on this track, and I have little doubt, not questioning the skill of the drivers, but I have little doubt how we're going to see some 180, maybe 360 action, especially in that first sector of the lap today. So going around with Dan the Racer, he's just finishing up what should be not a better lap. Is he going to go again though? That'd be the only reason for going around once more, I would assume. Because that first lap time he's put in 2.5 seconds off Blanchard's time. Certainly a lot more speed in that Alfa Romeo, as I'm sure you could guess. I'll have a look and see how he goes on this run down the Racer, and then we might check in on My Name is Jeff in the McLaren. He's just heading over the start-finish line now to commence his first flying lap. As Dan the Racer heads around the apex of the hairpin. Down the back of the track at turn 11. We're using all the track and a little bit more on the exit of Spoon Part 1. Doesn't invalidate the lap though. Supercharge is out of the session already. I did have to fix up a few little technical issues there, so I'm not sure what happened to him. I apologise for missing that one. Dan the Racer through the chicane once more. So goes. My Name is Jeff, as promised. McLaren driver heading through. So he got all the speed he could have out of there. Streaks his way down to 130R. Flings the McLaren through the chicane. out of the final corner, and that time will be good enough for 10th, 1.3 seconds. Here goes Tab. Timed lap. There may have been an earlier attempt, but yet to post a time on the board, so Aston Martin driver going for it now. As we go on board with him through the S's. The yellow flag. Back down round we go. Here we go. As predicted in Sector 1, the curbs bite early. Gathers up the Aston. And at this stage, he will remain with out of time. Now, is Bags Liddell about to complete another timed lap? Yes, he is. Flicks open the DRS, tucks it in close to the wall, and takes provisional pole with that one by about 1/10.5 from Blanchard. Needs a good result today. And shout out to Dave Johnston in the comments. Thanks for joining us, Dave, wherever you may be watching. Good to be at your place. Give us your predictions. Who do you think may win? Who do you think will come last? Who's going to win the Melbourne Cup? Give us an early pick, mate. Oh, and there's a... Who have we lost there? That's Sugar Freaks, I think. He's lunched it. The curbs bite again. Let's see if we can... The car's been cleared away already. We're down to 17 for qualifying now. Just under 7 minutes in the session remaining. We knew the forecast was for some spins in Sector 1. I didn't expect it to bite so hard in quali, but I guess this is where the drivers are pushing to the absolute limits, trying to get as far up the grid as they can. Blanchard up there has put in an improvement to his lap time, but does stay second for now. And the gap between himself and the man on provisional pole, Bags Liddell, just 600ths. He's a good result, Bags. Currently 112 behind in the championship. Still plenty of races to go. We want to start closing that deficit sooner rather than later. We know he's got the pace. We know he's got the speed. Speaking of, Jimson goes purple in Sector 2. About a second behind that provisional. Oh, and he's invalidated it by cutting the corner, the final corner. He's going into the pits as a result. Jahenda, his teammates, facing the wrong way down there in, you guessed it, Sector 1. And the curbs claim another victim. Going through there now, who's there? There's a Ferrari, I think it's Grim Reaper. Is he on a hot lap? He is. He is not. Here's the first prediction of the day. Nigel Mansell to win the Cup. Never know. A lot of these drivers never seen each other in the flesh. One of them could be Nigel Mansell. You just never know. Wouldn't that be something? Grim Reaper. Interesting to note, the man leading the championship by a mere 4 points. Scotty in the Mercedes. Only as good as 5th at the moment. Still got 4 3/4 minutes to get another time on the board and try and move up. Sure, he'll want to at least be on the second row. And I'm also sure that he's got a better time than that in him. Now, Jahenda's going to have another crack at a time after spinning on the prior lap. Let's see how he goes this time. We'll ride with him through the S's of Sector 1. And it would appear he's giving them a bit more room, but not enough, and into the fence and out. That's his session done. Oh, just couldn't make friends with the curbs at all. And a 4th one goes out. Jeff's departed the session as well. Poor old Jahenda. He won't be going any higher than 7th. Chronic Saint makes his way out onto the track behind, I think, Tabbed. 3.5 minutes to get it done. No one's currently on a hot lap. Oh, my bad. Dan is, but that's invalidated, so that'll be no good. Who's out there as well? Is that Blanchard coming around Spoon? It is. So we might just stay with him for now, because he's going to be having a red hot crack at that provisional pole time. Last shot. Well, I mean, he could... No, this will be... He could fit in 2 laps, but I don't think he's that kind of driver to try the 2 in a row. He'll know the best will be on this one. And for Blanchard, it's make or break as far as pole position goes. We might ride with him through the first sector, see how he handles the curves. Nicks him a little bit on that first left-hander. Now here's the one, avoids that one. Knew better than to play with fire there. Keeps it pointing in the right direction. Just lifts off the throttle a little bit around the Castrol curve. Through the first deck. Now that's too wide and it's invalidated. So, does he back off now? Charge the battery up, save the tyres a bit and go one more time? We might just try and come back to him on that one. That'll be interesting. Where's Bags Liddell up to? He's still on his outlap. So there's going to be a little bit to unpack in this final minute and a half of the session. Chronic Saint's going for his lap now. He's 1.2 seconds down. Karma's gone off at the Degners. And that's just on his outlap. Might have been jumping out of the way of Tabbed, perhaps. Chronic Saint approaching that area now. Bit of traffic up ahead. Just the first 2 guys. So Bags has just gone past Blanchard now. So he's going to have the first shot out of those 2. Blanchard really taking his time to get round there. Letting all the traffic through. He's got a few cars to let through, but does he plan on going for another lap? I don't think so. He needs to get a move on if he's going to. He's still got 40 seconds to get over the start-finish line. He puts the foot down now with, I'm not sure who's behind him there. It's Wee on a hot lap. He moves out of the way, so he's not going for another lap. So, that's good news for Bags. The main rival out of the way. What can Scotty do down there in 8th? Still 8/10 off the pace. Bags under the overpass now, heads to the hairpin. Turns it in as much as he can, doesn't quite reach the apex. Blanchard, as we confirmed, he's done. So Bags the next man to come over the line, bar for Metz. Take a quick peek. Oh, did we see someone off there? Metz has invalidated his lap, so Bags looking to really sew up the pole position spot. On 128.5 at the moment through the chicane. She's a good amount of curbs, plenty on exit, tucks it into the right-hand side, shortest line to the finish line, doesn't improve. Next will be Karma. He comes round, 6/10 off, good enough to move to the second row. Chronic next, over the line, doesn't improve. That'll be a 4th row spot for him. His teammate Edmund Red Devil joins him there with a 1:29. Next over the line will be Bags' teammate Tabbed. 28.7 he's currently on, but he's not exactly flying there, so No fast lap for him. Jimson heads into the pits. We've got Banana Cake Pie across the line. That's a 1:32. So nearly 2 seconds adrift. Tense Sandals next over the line. Stays 12th. And that will be all she wrote as far as qualifying is concerned. Bags Liddell. Good little session from the Aston Martin driver, who, along with his teammate Tab, will have Blanchard sandwiched there at the start. It should be a very interesting start, and definitely keep an eye on those S's. We saw in qualifying already, they do bite. So the results will be up on screen for you very shortly, and we'll use that opportunity to take a very quick break. Please don't go anywhere. All the action just on the other side of this. Alrighty, boys and girls, we are back and just moments away from the start of the Round 9 Japanese Grand Prix as part of the PlayStation Pacific Open Series and Tier 1 Championship battle at the top, hotting up. The man in front, Scotty, Only as good as 9th in qualifying. Bags Liddell, 3rd in the standings. 83 points adrift. I think I said 112 during qualifying. It's only 83. I did fail math at school. And Blanchard there in 2nd. Also 2nd in the championship. Just 4 points adrift. Scotty's been the model of consistency recently. His last results, 1st last week, then 2nd, 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 2nd again at France, 1st in Bahrain, 3rd in Spain, and 2nd. Has not been off the podium all year, but he's got his work cut out for him today as the lights go out and we get underway. Now, are they all going to get through the first section safely? Those curbs have been biting. And who's going to survive? Who won't? Round the first corner and Bags leads Blanchard, and there's a bit of contact, I think, maybe with that McLaren there of Karma and Tab. So they seem to be all surviving so far. Left, right. Who's going to survive? Who won't? Are they all going to get through safely? It looks like it at this stage, but they're all jockeying for position further down, side by side, going through the Castrol curve. There's one. It's Jeff. Jeff's gone off backwards into the gravel. It was almost inevitable. Gathers himself up and gets going once more. Back out front. Bags Liddell under pressure already from Blanchard as they go into the hairpin. And looks who joined. Pyramids joined Jeff as well. So maybe contact between the McLaren and the Haas driver. But they gather it up. We're still with 19 drivers as we started with. There's your position changes on screen. Grim Reaper and Jeff, the big losers out of the start, both losing 4 places respectively. Scotty, the man we talked about just at the start, already up 3 spots to 6th. So lap 1 complete. As the cars stream through the hairpin and down to the start-finish straight, we see Tense Sandals there. Oh, we've got a piece of damage there. Someone's lost a bit of their wing. I'm not sure if that was Grim Reaper or someone else. We'll try and find out who that was. As we watch the cars go around the first corner, there's a Haas going wide there of Metz, finding his feet, gets back on track. And the dueling continues through the S's. Up ahead there, Edmund Red Devil starting to fall backwards through the pack, losing positions at a great rate of knots. Tries to take one back now around the outside of the Alpine. Oh, this is great. Oh, the Alpine's without a wing, and who went backwards there? I think Banana Cake. He's gone off. Just trying to catch him into the fence there. Front wing off, and it's Sector 1 biting again. And who's joined him? Jeff in almost the same spot as the prior lap. 2 laps, 2 spins for the McLaren. And Pyramids catching up as well. So we've got Banana Cake minus a front wing. I think it was, well, there's Supercharged 1 Alpine. He's closing on his teammate there. It's Blanchard, the man out in front. So what happened to him? He's without the front wing and going to have to come back and get that fixed very soon. Oh, Championship Challenge taking a bit of a hit now. This is all good news for Bags, who's out in front by about 3.5 seconds now. Disaster for Blanchard. We've got another yellow flag. I think it's Jeff again. He's having all sorts down there. Not sure which direction he's supposed to be pointing, I don't think. Yeah, we got 2 of them in the pits, Jimson and Dan the Racer. That might have been that red piece of front wing I saw scattered across the final corner. Back up ahead, we'll just watch the field as they go through the S's once more, as we know how deadly these have become. Plenty of room between these guys now, so they should be okay. There's a little battle going on further down there, though, with the Haas of Metz between Supercharge and Tense Sandals behind. So those bottom 4 come out of the pits. They get their repairs done. Out of the pits they go as we watch Metz go precariously wide after the first Degner. So Blanchard's come out in 17th. Plenty of work to do. See what tyres they took on there. Blanchard went the softs. Banana Cake Pie took on the hard, so he's going to try and go for a long stint. I wonder if that says Blanchard is pretty much expecting a safety car at some stage. I can tell you I probably am, the way they're handling the curbs, or rather not handling them. We could see a car in the wall any minute now, and a safety car as a result. So Bags has checked out. His teammate tabbed, however, under increasing pressure from the cars behind. Karma in the McLaren, right up on his gearbox. McLaren driver 11th last week, looking for a much better result here. Hasn't had a one podium with a second in Bahrain back in round 3. We've lost one back there at the first corner. Edmund Red Devil picks up the first 3-second penalty of the day. And we will definitely see some more of those. Meanwhile, back on the start-finish straight, Tent and Metz come out of the pits and join those bottom 4. Commence their duel. Oh, and Tab just playing the team game very nicely here. He's allowing Bags to get way out in front. We've got another yellow flag in Sector 1. Someone's gone wide. Might be Metz down there. We'll just keep an eye on this battle up front for now. There could be passes imminent. In fact, Connick's really close to that Ferrari of Wee just in front. Is he going to go for a move into the chicane? Does not. Hangs back knowing he'll get DRS down the start-finish straight as the cars head into the 5th lap of 27. Look how close, even with DRS on the Ferrari, the Alpha Tauri's going to go up the inside anyway. Makes it stick. 4th place for Chronic Saint. We've got another yellow flag. It's Metz again at the spoon this time. Keeps going. Doesn't look like he picked up any damage. Leaves to fight another day. Blanchard on the move down in 14th. Sets the fastest lap with a 1:31.2. We're waiting, hoping, praying for a safety car. Get him back in the race. Mind you, plenty of time to go, not out of it. Gap to the leader, 42 seconds. Be a hard ask without a safety car though. So the pack joined nose to tail from Tabbed in 2nd down to Jahenda in 7th. Make their way through 130R and down to the chicane. Tab doesn't exactly look like he's under pressure. He's handling it all pretty well at the moment. Oh, and goes mightily close to the start-finish, or the pit wall on the start-finish straight to defend his spot, but then goes back to the outside and lets the McLaren through anyway into turn 1. So that did not work out for the Aston Martin driver. Karma now up to 2nd. And it's the guys who are really needing the points today to make up some ground in the championship that are looking good. Bags in 1st, Karma 2nd, Tab demoted to 3rd, Chronic Saint now with his eyes on the back of the McLaren looking to move up. And there's Chronic Saint, we saw it in the background there, he picks up a time penalty, just really cutting that final Degner and getting all sorts of out of shape as a result, and loses 4th spot to Wee 92. The Ferrari driver we see there making his way up to the spoon curve. He'll be looking for a good result himself, the Ferrari driver. Had his first DNF of the season last week at Austria. He'll certainly be looking for anything better than that. It goes without saying. He's going to have to defend his spot from Chronic Saint, though, into the chicane. Does. That's a bit of a corner. I want to watch that, or he'll be looking at a penalty himself. There goes the AlphaTauri, streaks past, takes the spot into turn 1. And We92 can do little about it. Going to try and stay as close as he can here through the S's. Again, being very mindful of those curbs. I think Metz is off at the spoon curve again. We'll stick with these two for now. Oh, and there's a Ferrari. Is it Grim Reaper off at the chicanes? Whilst we were watching his teammate, the second Ferrari bites the dust. Oh, and almost loses it again. And does lose it again. Throws it around straight away. Too much dust on the tyres to put them under that much pressure so soon after the spin. And the car reacts accordingly. Heads off towards the Degners once more. He's going to have a Haas trying to creep up on the outside. Things better of it for now. Geez, that's close. That's very close. Oh, and goes round again. He's having all sorts of trouble. Grim Reaper getting the touch of death from the curbs. Not all unpredictable. Goes again. Almost goes around again. What's going on with that Ferrari? Having a hell of a time keeping it pointed in the right direction. So back up near the front, tabbed this. Decided to close back in on Karma. Wants that spot back immediately. Jahenda unable to keep up with these two for the time being, as he's got Scotty filling his mirrors back there in 5th. But we'll be looking to get past Jahenda very, very soon. There you see him in the background. There's the man in the lead, Red Bull, Jahenda. There's Scotty pursuing. Trying desperately to get away from the Mercedes, using all of the track, every bit of curb he can. I want to be very careful of that through Sector 1, as he found out the hard way in qualifying. A couple of spins, bit the dust, bit the wall. Going pretty good at the moment. Sitting there in 4th place. 4th, his best finish so far this season. That came 2 races ago at Portugal, before another DNF, unfortunately, last week in Austria. Good to see Jahenda finish and get a result in the bag. The Red Bull drivers first going to have to stave off Mercedes of Scotty. See, who went down while I was rabbiting on about Jahenda and his results. Tabbed has jumped in the pits for a set of mediums and come back out in 7th. Jeff picks himself up a penalty as well in the meantime. So these guys in front are probably going to have to jump into the pits anytime soon, shed those soft tyres, pick up a set of hards or mediums, depending which way they want to go. They might want to grab another set of softs, do a 2-stopper, soft, medium. Jahenda flinging it through the chicane, and he will pit first. So Scotty's going to stay out, try and undercut him. Karma and Bags up front do it as well. So Scotty's got some clear air now. What can the Mercedes driver do? He knows this is going to be a push lap. Championship leader by 4 points over Blanchard. Still tracking down there in 12th now. And Scotty needs to push, push, push. Hard on the gas through the Dunlop curve, approaching Degner 1, Degner 2. Just has to get out of it a little bit on the exit. Car wanted to push wide. Doesn't want to pick up a penalty. Oh, we've got a yellow flag. Jeff's gone off. Second McLaren in the S's. Fights the dust on the curbs. And goes off again, does Jeff down there too. So we'll stick with Scotty for now because one would assume he's going to pit. And we want to see where he comes out in relation to that pack down. He doesn't pit. Goes again. Goes for another push lap. So Bags was the leader. I don't think Scotty would be able to push hard enough on these tyres to get out of the pits. Ahead, Edmund Red Devil comes in. So there, the gap's 11 seconds there. The pack he was interested in, Scotty, was led by, was it Tabbed? Tabbed, Chronic, and Wee. Karma had been in there as well. Scotty's still on the push laps. But I think those tyres, those soft tyres, are well past their use-by date. The gap between himself and Bags is coming down. Not drastically, but probably enough to suggest that those tyres are cooked. But staying out these few laps could be the difference between a 2-stop and a 1-stop. He might want to push these softs out as hard as he can, so he'll only have to pit once more. And we've lost an Aston Martin on the exit. He does go again on the exit of the, and it's a safety car. So Tabbed, his day is done down up there at Spoon. We'll try and get a look at, there he is. Has he crashed? Must have got a bit of a wobbler on coming out of Spoon, and now we have that safety car, and it was just as Scotty went past the pits as well. If he could have just managed to get in. If you guys are going to jump in now, that's for sure. Oh, and the safety car's picked him up. Oh, this is a disaster for Scotty. So, as we sort of suspected, Blanchard jumps into the pits as if waiting for a safety car, and I tell you what, it fell pretty well for him. Surprised we haven't had more safety cars. We've certainly had the spins. I called the Pacific Series Tier 2 race on Tuesday night, and I think we had 4 safety cars throughout the duration of the race. So the cars bunch up behind the safety car on lap 12. So out of the pits comes Scotty. That ill-timed safety car for him leaves him languishing down in 12th. And can you believe it, at the half race distance, who would have thought the two leaders in the championship, Scotty and Blanchard, sitting 12th and 10th respectively. The man in third place in the championship, Bags Liddell, sitting pretty up front. Although his lead's been washed away by this safety car appearance, but he's in the lead nonetheless, so he'll take that. So that's a very good chance. A very good chance to make up some points. Wee 92 there in second. Grim Reaper, his teammate, gets a shot at redemption down there in 13th after countless spins earlier. And gets to reset and try again. They all do except for Tabbed. Banana Cake Pie joining us in the comments and in the race. Accusations abound of a double punt. We'll see if we can find out what happened to Tabbed as well that brought out this safety car and his ultimate demise. So we get going once more as we keep an eye on Scotty down the field there. I might go with 10th Sandals as he's got Blanchard in front, Scotty behind. And we'll see how they go through Sector 1. They're going to be on cold tyres. They've had about 13 odd laps ripping through there on hot sticky tyres. Now they go through on cold ones. How are they going to handle it? How are the cars going to handle it? So far they all make it to the Dunlop curve, pointing in the right direction. So good restart. Look at Blanchard getting harassed there, but doing a bit of harassing of Pyramids, joining us in the championship himself, goes up the inside and takes that spot from the Haas driver. Thinks about fighting back around the outside, but can't quite get close enough. We've lost the position. There we are. Oh, Scotty, he goes round. He's off at the spoon in probably about a similar spot where Tabbed had gone off. Oh, and he's really going to have to reset now. He drops back. He's now 17 seconds off the lead and plumb last. Here's the man in front, Bags Liddell. He's got that gap out to over a second too, so that'll come in handy when the rest of the field starts a little DRS battle between themselves. The second pack's tight as ever down here. You feel like there's a spin imminent in Sector 1. You just got to try and be with the right person to see and catch the action as it happens. But after the second lap from the restart, they all managed to get through safely again. I mentioned calling the race on Tuesday, the Tier 2 Pacific Series. In that race, it was the championship leader, also a Mercedes driver, who had no such luck either. Spun out of the race at the start, lunched it into the wall later, DNFing, and what he's concerned at the moment, he's not doing much better. Jeff gets another penalty. And look at the penalty situation. There he is. Jeff up to 11 seconds worth now. as we get DRS enabled once more. He's supercharging 7th behind Jimson, who was a bit of a winner out of the safety car period, moved his way up a few positions. Started the race in 10th. And he's gone the very long way about moving up 4 spots, but he's done it nonetheless, and he will be happy. Can he hold off Supercharge? That Alpine is showing all here. There's one in Sector 1. I think it's Jeff. How bad is he off? Oh, bad enough to be DNF, so that'll do it. Oh, no, not DNF. Is it can't? Yeah, it's DNF. I saw him moving on the map, so I'm not sure what's happening there. Will we have another safety car? At the moment, no. Play on. So Karma sitting 3rd. He won't be giving up on the championship himself yet either. 5th place, 101 points adrift. Just got to start racking up some points, hand over fist. 3rd place, he wants 2nd here up the inside at turn 1. The Ferrari takes the go-kart line around the first corner, keeps him out of it. Bit of action further down there. The Alpine of Supercharge really harassing Jimson now and going to look to try and make that move. Gets wide, up on the curbs. Has to regather and go again. That gets the attention of Chronic Saint, who's got Blanchard all over his gearbox. Plenty of action in the battle for 6th. Through the Degners they go. Supercharge. Just dropped off the back of Jimson a little bit with that attempted manoeuvre. It won't be long before he jumps back up onto the back of Jimson. It's getting pretty close up ahead too. Jahender's closed back in on Karma, who had earlier tried that move on Wii 92 into the first corner. Couldn't pull it off. Again, all the while these battles happen, that just allows Bags Liddell to drive away. Probably be nursing those mediums a little bit as Jahenda looks up the inside of Karma. He wants that podium position and grabs it into turn 1 as smooth as you like. And Jahenda moves up to 3rd. Could this be the day he jumps onto the podium? I said earlier, hasn't finished better than 4th, and just like that, I've probably put the commentator's curse on him. Jahenda goes off in Sector 1, similar spot to where he lost it in qualifying. Oh, Jahenda. Thought for a minute there today was going to be the day as we see the Alpines going at it there. The 2 teammates, Supercharge and Blanchard, who's now going side by side up to the spoon curve with Chronic Saint, who pinches 7th place off him. But they've all moved up a spot at the expense of Jahenda. Oh, not the attention Jahenda wants. He's just been demoted another position by Pyramids, who's gone up to 10th. And again, what's happening with Jahenda here? He's got damage, that's why. So he lost a bit of that front wing and he's going to have to box to get that fixed. And that is unfortunate. So we'll stick with Chronic Saint again for the time being, because having a real battle with the Alpines. One in front, one behind. Action aplenty. Blanchard And Jahender's day's done. He's had enough. So it's looking like a potential podium position. Goes up in smoke, unfortunately. And look at Blanchard all over the back of that Alpha Tauri going through the Dunlop curve. As the cars all fling it through the Degners. Starting to feel a bit of pressure is Chronic. It's starting to show as the Alpine tries to go around the outside as they head up to the hairpin. Defends the spot. Resume their positions once more. Heading up to the Spoon curve. He'll be a little bit cautious, Blanchard. He doesn't points today. And Alpha Tauri got all sorts of out of shape there on the Exeter Spoon. As you can see the results, Blanchard now really closing in. He's going to go up the inside at 130R. I don't think Chronic saw that. Didn't expect. Apologies for that little break in transmission. I think we've ironed out those few little bugs there. And get back to racing. So, back with the battle that we were watching previously. Supercharged there. Now, while you're away, Blanchard did get through, moved up to 5th. He's on a charge. Bag still out in front, but his gap's been reduced now to just 1.6 by Wee92. Karma in 3rd in the Red Devil, driving solidly up there in 4th. Might pay him a bit of attention and some love, see how he's tracking. Only his 3rd race in this championship. Best result so far is that 4th position. See if we can catch Karma and go one better today. Fastest lap there, Blanchard now that he's found a bit of clear air there in 5th. Still nice and tight here down in 7th and 8th. Supercharge. What's happened? Who's gone off? Edmund Red Devil. I've cursed him again. Got to stop wrapping these guys. And dear oh dear. It's Jahender all over again. Edmund Red Devil. That promotes Blanchard up to 4th. Some handy points again. You just wouldn't believe it. Now further down, Scotty's still making his move through the field. Up to 12th now on his recovery drive. Grim Reaper's the next bit of prey in his sights. And that Mercedes looking very pacey compared to that Ferrari. It'll be only a matter of corners before he can get through. Got another yellow flag. It's Sugar Freaks, I think. You guessed it. Sector 1. But like most of them, gathers it up and keeps going again once more. Now here goes Scotty through the chicane all over the back of that Ferrari. Gets DRS trying to get past Pyramids himself. They're going to close in on that Haas very shortly. How's Scotty going to do this one? Stays around the outside of the Ferrari. Does it. Chops off the nose of the Ferrari. And goes immediately after Pyramids. Looking to move up to 10th now. We've got another yellow flag in Sector 1. That's Dan the Racer. He's off. His day's done. Safety car. Safety car is back out once more. We've only got 4 laps left. Now, oh, bit of a question. To pit or not to pit? You think you get probably 2 laps behind this safety car at least, and then 2 racing laps. I just don't think you can do it, can you? Bags jumps into the pits. He dropped at least 6 places. Stays out as expected. Is any of them going to pit? Jimson says no. Supercharges on the hards. I don't think he will. None of them too keen on the pit stop at the moment. The Haas of Pyramids is going to do it. Scotty goes on. And Banana Cake Pie. Well, his hard tyre's 20 laps old. And I don't want to make too many comparisons to the race on Tuesday night, but I think that one also had the safety car come out on lap 23 as well. Came in at the end of 25, giving us 2 racing laps, where the guys just went hell for leather. So hopefully we get to see a bit of that. Hopefully we get 2 full racing laps. Cars head around, try and catch the safety car. Not going to happen this lap.